Hey guys, Amore here, and I have completed and watched Three Body Problem, a new series that establishes a secret military project from China and other parts of the world, once you get into it, that actually contact aliens in the past. And this show, at least separating from the books, is depicts the terrifying uh, threat that is imminent, that comes years later when scientists in the present start to collectively just die here and there all of a sudden. No real mental causes apart from what they deal with because of their science experiments being too evolved for their own good, because the aliens that have been giving them these VR headsets, showing them weird concepts of what to do, and it's a little confusing, but they kind of show you there, and it's well, I liked it, right? But it was definitely confusing at times. Some of the scientific formulas that they talk about, it's generally complex. But there is a story in this whole thing. Um, like the big formula, the three body problem, which is of three suns or three different type of energies, a chaotic and non uh, chaotic times scenario that they sort of talk about in one of the episodes. I think it was in the second, third episode, where they deal with that. Um, again, you kind of have to watch the show to really understand why they talk about these things. But there is two storylines happening, and it is connected by one character, Yi Wenji. She in the past um, is the person that actually contacts these aliens, and it was actually really cool and actually interesting, and the mystery behind it of how it all just started from what we deal with in the present time, and the, actually the storylines kind of intertwining by the end of the show was kind of wow, that that went dark, and it does go dark. This is from the very start. You deal with some messed up deaths, and it's just wow, it's shocking. As subtle as this show is, it is shocking when something serious happens. And it's like you can't explain it. As a person in the story, you just can't explain what you're seeing. As a viewer, you're like, you don't know either. It's very cool mystery behind it all. Um, introducing concepts, scientific concepts that are way above our most of people that just watch the show just to watch the show is. But they do dub it down a little bit for us to understand some of these scientific concepts throughout the show. And I say that with not knowing for at the moment some of the names of them, but I found it interesting and fascinating every time they talked about it, as like whether it was during a presentation or wow, they were in during the VR headset moments, which is actually one of the coolest parts of the show when some of the characters dove into it, and that was so interesting, and how advanced that technology was to what it is right now, and just debating on what what to do, and at the end of it all, right? And some of the things that definitely were not good about this show was that that itself, the concepts they introduced, the some of the storyline, like it felt like the show itself, it felt like it dragged a bit at times. Not something, you know, everyone would enjoy because there's not much action here. There's thrilling moments, but not enough action to really get you engaged the whole the way through. You have to really listen to what most of the characters talk about and then try to follow what these scientists are saying sometimes. Yeah, they dub it down sometimes, but it does get a little hazy um, throughout the show. But when they show the mystery of it, and then some of the actual killings, the deaths that happen in the show, was some of the best parts. It's just shocking how it happens. Like not fully understanding it, but at the same time knowing that what it is, it's a threat and not a good one at that. And I just found it fascinating throughout the whole show of who they're facing, what they're facing, and knowing whether it'll succeed or not by the end. And yeah, it's a great mystery sci-fi show. Something I found very interesting, and I did read part of the first book actually in preparation, and yeah, I think the book definitely was better. I mean, almost for any media out there, the book is always better. But the show tried its best actually to get some of the main story bits together, and I thoroughly enjoyed it because I myself like sci-fi content, and this kind of just hit the spot for me when it came to the mystery of and technology, way advanced, and the dark themes behind it. It was actually pretty interesting. But this is definitely not a show for everyone. Definitely, it depends whether you like what you see from the trailer or even if you like the actors in this. Is like you're gonna go deal with some interesting stuff in the show. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I definitely recommend it if this is your alley of content. It's definitely drama based. It's definitely more drama based than anything else. And you enjoy sci-fi as well. Most importantly, sci-fi in general. This is hopefully hits the spot for you. And so for that, I give this show an 8, an 8 out of 10. Um, it's a really good sci-fi show. I just do wish it was a little bit better. It did drag a bit, but it was really interesting all the way through though. I would like to see a season 2 out of this. They definitely built it up for it, and I feel like season 2 will finally really know what's happening. Yeah, it took 8 episodes for what how it ended, but I think that's just how it was supposed to be for a first parter, for a first season, and the mystery's still there. Anyways, till next time, Amore out.